Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Abhirami and I am here to discuss with you about today's topic, that is the intermuscular spaces. The intermuscular spaces, as the name itself says, the intermuscular spaces are spaces between two muscles, and we are going to discuss the intermuscular spaces in the upper limb. So first let me explain this diagram. So this is the posterior aspect of the scapula. You can identify that using the spinous process present, and this is the humerus, and the joint between the scapula and the humerus is called the glenohumeral joint or the shoulder joint. Now this muscle is the long head of triceps. As you can see, it is spanning over the whole length of the arm. It is originating from the supraglenoid tubercle and it inserts into the olecranon process of the ulna. Next comes the teres minor muscle. The teres minor muscle originates from the lateral border and it inserts into the humerus. While doing so, it crosses the origin of the triceps brachii, and also it covers the posterior aspect of the shoulder joint. So the anterior aspect of the shoulder joint is covered by the subscapularis muscle. Next, going to the teres major muscle. The teres major muscle originates from the lower part of the lateral border and it inserts itself into the bicipital groove, and while doing so, it crosses the triceps brachii. Now let's go into the intermuscular spaces. So this is called the upper quadrangular space, and this is called the upper triangular space, and this is the lower triangular space. So upper quadrangular space is present laterally and upper triangular space is present medially. Coming to the quadrangular spaces, first let's talk about its boundaries. So superiorly, the quadrangular space, this is the superior aspect. So superiorly, the quadrangular space is bounded, as you can see, by the lower border of the teres minor. Okay, superiorly it is bounded by the lower border of the teres minor, and it is also bounded by subscapularis, because subscapularis crosses the anterior aspect of the shoulder joint and teres minor crosses the posterior aspect of the shoulder joint. So it is bounded by lower border of the teres minor and the subscapularis muscle. It is also bounded by the capsule of the shoulder joint, and then it is inferiorly bounded by the superior border of the teres major. As you can see, this is the inferior part and it is bounded by the superior border of the teres major muscle, and then medially it is bounded by the long head of triceps. So this is the long head of triceps. This is the medial border of the quadrangular space. So you can see it is medially bounded by the long head of triceps, and laterally it is bounded by the surgical neck of the humerus. So the surgical neck is over here. So laterally it is bounded by the surgical neck of the humerus. Now what are the contents that are passing through the upper quadrangular space? The contents passing through the upper quadrangular space are the axillary nerve and the posterior circumflex humeral vessels. Okay, so we know that anterior and posterior circumflex humeral vessels will wind around the upper end of the humerus. So the posterior circumflex humeral vessel and axillary nerve will pass into the quadrangular space and go to the posterior aspect of the humerus. Now coming to the upper triangular space. The upper triangular space is present over here, and the upper triangular space is bounded superiorly by the inferior border of teres minor. So you can see this is the upper triangular space. It is bounded superiorly by the inferior border of teres minor, and it is bounded inferiorly by the superior border of teres major. The upper triangular space lies between the teres minor and the teres major, and laterally it is bounded by the medial border of the long head of triceps. Now going back to the upper quadrangular space, superiorly it was also bounded by the teres minor, and here also it is bounded by the same inferior border of the teres minor. The upper quadrangular space was also bounded by the subscapularis in the front and the posterior aspect of the shoulder joint, but in the upper triangular space it is only bounded by the inferior border of the teres minor superiorly. Going to inferiorly, it is bounded by the superior border of the teres major, and laterally it is bounded by the medial border of the long head of triceps. The content passing through it is the circumflex scapular artery. Circumflex scapular artery interrupts between the two origins of the teres minor, and it supplies the infraspinous fossa. It also participates in the anastomosis around the scapula. So coming to the lower triangular space. The lower triangular space is present over here, and it is bounded superiorly by the lower border of the teres major. So you can see this is the superior aspect. It is bounded by the lower border of the teres major, and laterally it is bounded by the medial border of the humerus. Okay, so laterally it is bounded by the medial border of the humerus, and medially it is bounded by the lateral border of the long head of triceps. So this is the long head of triceps, this is the lateral part, this is the medial part. So it is bounded to the lateral border of the long head of triceps medially. Okay, and through it the radial nerve and the profunda brachii vessels will pass through. So these are the radial nerve and the profunda brachii vessels. They will pass through the spiral groove. So as you can see, the superior border of the teres major binds the inferior border of the upper quadrangular space and the lower triangular space, and the inferior border of the teres major binds the superior border of the lower triangular space. And likewise, the lateral border of the upper quadrangular space is made by the surgical neck of the humerus, and since the lower triangular space is below it, the medial border of the humerus will bind the lateral border of the lower triangular space, and the inferior border of the teres minor will bind the superior border of both the upper quadrangular space and the upper triangular space. So those are the three spaces and their boundaries. So through the upper triangular space, the circumflex vessels will pass through. They will supply the infraspinous fossa, and also they will form the anastomosis around the scapula. They will be a part of the anastomosis around the scapula. And through the quadrangular space, the axillary nerve and the posterior circumflex humeral vessel will pass through, and through the lower triangular space, the radial nerve and the profunda brachii artery will pass through, and the radial nerve and the profunda brachii artery will travel through the spiral groove in the posterior aspect of the humerus. So that is all for today. Thank you for listening to me, and if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe and comment on it. Thank you.